This is the kitchen behind one of America's largest diners. Tops in East Newark, New Jersey, serves 13,000 people a week. Customers travel from all over the world to chow down on its 325 menu items.
I not only like Tops, I love Tops.
New Jersey is the diner capital of America, boasting more than any other state. These iconic restaurants, clad in chrome and marked by neon signs, used to be all the rage across the U.S.
They are quintessentially American.
Go at any diner, you'll have suits and you'll have guys with dirty overalls and everything in between.
But now, traditional diners are disappearing.
Don't call them diners anymore, call them unicorns. They're becoming extinct.
It's estimated New Jersey lost 150 in the last decade. Summit Diner is one of the state's oldest and is one of the few remaining examples of the compact style of the 1920s.
I'm kind of saddened because I might be the end of the line.
So what happened to the iconic American diner, and why, against steep odds, have Tops and Summit kept the big business of diners alive? I went to Tops on a Wednesday morning, thinking it'd be a little slower. And I was very wrong.
Growing up a couple blocks away, you always hear, how busy Tops Diner is. And until you work here, you never realize how much product this restaurant goes through.
We use between 200 and 300 pounds hash browns from Monday to Friday. And weekends is over 300 pounds, easy.
Each week, chefs crack 21,600 eggs. They'll end up in classic diner favorites like omelets and pancakes.
If you want pancakes at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, we got it. No judgment? No judgment.
They're also serving some local New Jersey delicacies, like these disco fries smothered in cheese and this homemade gravy.
We're going old school and we're roasting the bones. We're roasting the vegetables. We're not taking any shortcuts here.
The dish is so popular, each week they go through 2,400 pounds of fries.
We need a walk-in dedicated just for French fries. We need a fryer just for French fries.
It takes a team of dozens of chefs rotating through these kitchens. They have to be ready to fire just about anything.
People are ordering pastas, with Alfredo sauce at 8:30 in the morning.
The original Tops, founded in 1942, was a lot smaller.
My dad, he was Mr. Tops. He would be serving coffee in an Armani suit.
Jimmy Golimus's father bought the joint back in 1972 after moving here from Greece.
If you came to my restaurant in the 80s and 90s at 2, 3 in the morning, you wouldn't believe. You'd have wise guys, drug dealers, and then a police officer, a nurse, it was insane.
Jimmy's dad remodeled twice, but the big transformation came in 2020. Jimmy and his brothers took out a $15 million loan to rebuild, adding takeout and more seats, parking, and kitchen space to keep up with soaring demand.
Today we're bringing in the world's biggest drink corral.
But then the pandemic hit.
We lost my dad during COVID too. It broke us, it broke us.
To honor their father, the brothers got the new space up and running. It's 3 times the size of the original.
This is your typical diner configuration line. What we did was we stretched it out a little bit. There's no backstation, no one's hiding in this whole restaurant. So everyone that works here is at the same level.
The working conditions are a lot better, and that's important. Or else, how are you gonna last? At the old diner, you ready? It's 120 degrees in the kitchen, guys. You'd see line cooks, right? That started first day, and they would be I'm taking my break, and they never show up again.
This area is for prep. Here, chefs are boiling loads of spaghetti, smashing dozens of avocados for guacamole, and hand wrapping these Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. At this station, chefs are hand breading chicken for the #1 seller, chicken and waffles. They're also dishing out creative takes on typical diner fare, like Latin steak and eggs and Mexico City burgers.
I would say the menu here is probably the most expansive diner menu in New Jersey.
This is
you have
so overwhelming, yeah.
That's Peter Genovese. He literally wrote the book on New Jersey diners.
Tops Diner, East Newark, could make a claim to being New Jersey's best known diner. It is certainly the most acclaimed diner. Just listen to this place. You feel like you're at some sort of interstate truck stop. Everybody's talking. There's all different kinds of mix of people.
The disco fries?
First, Peter had me order New Jersey's finest.
Oh my goodness.
We wanted the large size.
This is huge. It's a mountain. Oh my God.
It just became the quintessential Jersey late night food. Go to the disco or nightclub, or you're already hungover, you're drunk. What goes down better than this?
I just want to show you the comparison to my head. This has some girth to it. Ooh. I can see why people would like this after a night out when they just want to be like cozy and warm, but also a little like sultry and do like a bad thing.
And we weren't the only ones enjoying the food. With 400 seats, Tops is nothing like your typical diner. Diners definitely didn't used to look like this. And believe it or not, they didn't start in New Jersey. Diners can trace their roots back to Rhode Island in 1872. From his horse-drawn wagon, Walter Scott sold sandwiches and pies to newspaper workers on the night shift, and it was a hit. 15 years later, a guy from Massachusetts put a kitchen and standing room for customers inside his lunch wagon. It was still narrow and long, so it could easily be moved on roads. Then in the 1910s, diner manufacturers like Jerry O'Mahony from New Jersey popularized a larger stationary lunch wagon. These were for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They could be ornately decorated with stained glass windows, varnished wood, and custom lettering. These were so fancy, owners started calling them diners, possibly taking inspiration from the fabulous dining cars on trains. Jerry O'Mahony and dozens of others in New Jersey opened factories to pump out thin, prefab diners that were the perfect size to be shipped by rail or pulled behind a truck across the country. They were wide enough for only a kitchen, a counter, and a few stools. Post-World War II was the golden age. It's estimated that 20 prefab diner manufacturers had popped up, shipping out more than 6,000 across the U.S. Up to a third of them were New Jersey made. Then diners began moving from city centers to the suburbs and getting bigger.
Highways are expanding, car ownership is huge. People, especially white people, are moving out to the suburbs, right? They wanted cheap, hot meals, but on the road. And so that was a niche that a lot of diners filled once driving became such an integral part of American society.
Which is why New Jersey was a perfect place for diners. It had the best highway system in the country. The state was densely populated with working class folks looking for affordable eats. And it was a natural stopping point for travelers between big cities like Washington, D.C., New York City, and Philadelphia. Around this time, a lot of Greek immigrants from war-torn Europe worked their way up to owning many diners.
It was a pretty easy way to start a business. You could buy a prefab diner, have it show up. If your English wasn't great, that was okay because it was sort of very domain specific. You just needed to know the menu items.
Their restaurants were known for colorful booths, easy to clean stainless steel, long Formica countertops lined with stools, tiled floors, and neon signs that grab drivers' attention from the road. With their bright colors and cozy feel, these restaurants became a symbol of American optimism in a lot of ways.
I think the diner to people outside the U.S. is often seen as a quintessentially American thing. A grilled cheese or a hamburger or eggs and toast and bacon in the morning. That is sort of the baseline of American food.
You'll see diners as the backdrop for classic films and TV shows like Grease, American Graffiti, and Gilmore Girls.
8 million people live in New Jersey. I would say 70 to 80% of them have been to a diner at some point in their life. That's how integral diners are to the Jersey experience.
Despite becoming an American icon, diners started stumbling well before they graced the silver screen. Jerry O'Mahony shuttered his business in the 1950s, just as big fast food chains were launching. McDonald's opened its first franchise restaurant in 1955. 10 years later, it had 700 locations. Burger King had around 250.
These fast food chains were cheap and they were fast. And when you think about that, that's sort of what diners used to do, but fast food maybe did it better in some cases.
Franchises also offered an easier way into the restaurant business.
If you can pay the money, the franchise fee, then they just give you all the instructions on how to run a McDonald's, because you got to think, do I want to run a restaurant with this national name that's already recognized, or do I want to spend all this time building up my own business?
In the 1950s, sit-down franchises such as Denny's, Waffle House, and IHOP launched, trying to replicate that diner feel.
What do you do when you go there? You order a stack of pancakes, or maybe some toast and bacon and eggs, or a burger, except instead of a local diner, it's a national chain.
Cracker Barrel popped up in 1969, aiming to lure motorists off the highway.
Those took aim at the same business that diners had always tapped into.
Diners responded by adding pages and pages of new menu items to capture changing tastes. But it wasn't enough. By the 2000s, the number of diners in the US had dropped to 2,500, less than half of the peak. Some prefabs had fallen into disrepair, and owners of the oldest ones were dealing with nearly century-old buildings.
A lot of the companies that made these prefab diners just aren't around anymore. So you can imagine if you're an owner of one of these diners and you're still trying to run it, where do you find replacement parts? It's probably kind of a hard task.
Just like they always have, owners faced long working hours.
It never stops. It's a 24-hour job.
But now, diner bosses are up against headwinds such as labor shortages, rising rents, and soaring food costs.
This will be the last business on earth I'd want to be in.
In the last decade, it's estimated New Jersey has lost 150 of them.
There's one in Route 22, actually, they closed. And it's sad because it's part of the United States culture.
You see a lot of places closing down because nobody wants to put the hours and the work into doing this, so.
And while these iconic American eateries seem to be struggling across the state, this one has survived for almost a century, and we're gonna go figure out why.
Summit Diner, built by Jerry O'Mahony Diner Company, is one of the few remaining examples of a prefab.
Raj, that's you, right?
Yes, sir.
Give me 10.
It's tiny, with just 40 seats inside, but it feels like a movie set. The diner opened in 1928, and legend has it, Ernest Hemingway ate here.
I wasn't around, so I can't tell you.
Owner Jimmy Gerberis' family bought Summit Diner in 1964 after immigrating from Greece. He started working here when he was 19.
That's my dad's brother, my Uncle John. When I started, 1980, I used to have limos parked from front 2 blocks up. I mean, they used to run the financial in New York. And then with every crash, it got less and less and less. And now I depend on the everyday guy that comes in here, construction, all that kind of stuff, the workers.
Unlike his shifting clientele, the inside hasn't changed much in the last 90 years.
Everything in here from 1939, the tile. The wood is all mahogany. Black Italian marble, 1939. The stools were here. Those are the original tables from 39. Even the tops, the black tile, I had to put in because I couldn't replace it. You know, of course I had to redo the Formica on the ceilings because it got real dingy. My father-in-law cleaned everything with Easy Off and it killed it. Just ate through it.
Jimmy even rings up orders on this cash register he estimates is over 75 years old. Cash only, of course.
Now we're writing notes, but back in the days when I started, it was singing. 2 eggs over easy, corned beef hash, 1 set of sausage. You just have to memorize. So it was crazy. And still we don't have credit cards, we don't have a calculator and pen, that's it, that's all you use here.
This classic look and feel has earned the restaurant a lot of buzz lately.
I guess it's just the nostalgia of it.
Tour groups from all over the world stop by. Peter named Summit the best diner in New Jersey.
If somebody from out of state, from Idaho or Missouri, they said, take me to a Jersey diner, I've never seen one, take them here. This is a very sort of classic 30s, 40s diner. You know, it's not like the Tops Diner where the menu's the size of a telephone book.
Jimmy has barely touched the menu, stretched across the top of the diner. His most popular item is a Jersey staple, a Taylor ham roll.
It's New Jersey's unofficial breakfast sandwich. You know, I think if it was somehow banned, I'm not sure what we would do for breakfast, seriously, in Jersey.
Jimmy starts his with 2 thick slices from this giant log of pork.
I mean, it's basically a lot of ham. I don't know what they mix in it. I have no clue.
Chefs slash the edges so the slices don't shrink, and then throw them onto the grill to brown up.
So he said that he does 2 and that he cuts them thicker because he has less cooktop space than like a Tops, who might give you 3.
The meat is slapped on a roll from a local bakery and layered with an egg and melty cheese. People in northern New Jersey call the sandwich a Taylor ham, after the company that makes the pork. But in other areas of Jersey, it's known simply as a pork roll.
She's about to try a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese for the first time in her life.
In my entire life.
Here we go.
No pressure. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Somehow it tastes nostalgic, even though I've never had it before, if that makes sense. You got salty. Oh, it's so good. The cheese carries a lot.
You got to go to Jersey if for at least one reason, the Taylor ham sandwiches.
Really good coffee and really good unidentified processed pork. You did good, Jimmy.
Despite all his years slinging out Jersey classics, Jimmy says there are some things he would never put on his menu.
Avocados, one of my pet peeves. I mean, I can get it, do it, but we don't know how to work with it, and it goes bad.
If the avocado toast ended up on their menu, that would pretty much be a sign of the apocalypse.
Which is why Jimmy sticks to the classics.
45 years, I think I got it down. This is what we do.
His tiny grills are loaded up with homemade corned beef hash, pancakes, and omelets.
How many eggs do you think you go through on a Saturday?
On a Saturday, close to 2 cases, which is a case is about 30 dozen.
That's about 720 eggs.
That's not bad. For a little place like this, that's a lot of eggs. And a lot of running around. I don't know where all these people come from on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a zoo. You might have to wait 20 minutes to get your meal, which that was unheard of. They got to realize, you know, it's a 5-foot grill.
Mate, I'll do the counter. You do this.
Good morning.
What is it? Hey, good. How are you?
Even on this busy Wednesday, the rest of our food came out within 10 minutes.
We got the healthy diet
Thank
going
you.
here, right?
Yes. You see the avocado in there anywhere?
I heard avocado's gonna be on the menu soon. That's what I heard. Sources tell me.
Oh, no, never.
Never. So where's the Greek influence in this food?
The cooks. Actually, there's oregano
There you go.
in the corned beef hash.
I love that. I love the crispy bits in the potatoes and the hash. Good sausage.
The sausage, yeah.
It's really fragrant, like kind of Christmassy vibes.
We'll try the pancake, one of my favorite foods.
All the while, the classic diner coffee was flowing.
Why don't you have a little coffee with your milk?
I just try to make mine into
Why
basically
don't you
coffee
just
ice cream.
like warm up some milk?
And we weren't the only ones enjoying our food. This place was buzzing.
Look, we've eaten in some of the finest restaurants in New York and the world. I would sooner come here.
It feels like Jimmy and his staff are really important to this town.
It's an icon, and Jimmy is kind of an awesome guy, so they go together really well. One of the things we always talk about in Summit is the character of our town, and this is part of that character. It's part of the charm.
My closest hunting buddy.
I've been here like what, 14, 15 years, and I don't have any family here. So all the people from the Summit Diner, they just kind of support me. I fell down and I broke the head of the tibia. I wasn't able to walk for 2 years.
2 years.
And he used to go to my house and hand me food, money.
Really? Nice.
My angel. He can be a pain in my butt too.
Yeah.
And not only them, but the people that come here. So I love this place.
Despite all the love, Jimmy worries the restaurant might finish with him.
I overeducated my kids. Nobody wants to do this anymore. You know, I have to hand it down. I'm kind of saddened because I might be the end of the line.
Could it be Summit without Jimmy though?
I don't know, but I might have to because my wife is getting a little anxious to start traveling.
I'd be heartbroken if there wasn't somebody taking it over. I think the town would rise up in arms if somebody decided to tear it down.
It's getting harder to run, you know, finding help to run the business. You need a lot of people to run a diner.
Then there's the soaring food prices.
Eggs you heard about. Before COVID, we were paying $1.20 a dozen. It shot up to $8.60, I think, the top. And now we're like $3.75.
That Taylor ham was under $3 a pound before the pandemic.
Now we were paying $4.75.
Did you have to raise them at all?
I did. I had to do it after COVID because everything went up, but my prices are still not bad.
But it seems Summit's not alone in this challenge.
In the last couple of years, there have been a couple of dozen diners that have closed and not reopened or torn down. Some diners are just sitting there waiting for a buyer. I don't think there's a sort of disease or something that's working its way and eliminating diners one by one. And I think it's happening in the restaurant business in general.
When diners close, the loss can hit communities especially hard.
They're not just restaurants, but they're a piece of history that we're losing. You could go to a diner, get a decent meal, and meet people who lived in your neighborhood, right? You become a regular, you feel a sense of belonging. And I think this is something we've lost a little bit in America.
Waitresses, they don't know you and they call you honey. I love that.
That's why when Tops introduced a much bigger, louder concept, it shocked lifelong customers who were used to the cozy, homey feel of the original location.
More people on the older side miss that small, intimate feel. But once the check comes, I walk over to the table and they're happy.
Tops' new space still pays homage to its past, with its neon sign out front, chrome details, bar stools, and booths.
I didn't believe in getting rid of the good stuff. I just wanted to change the culture and work more efficiently.
But those changes seem to stretch the definition of a diner. For one, it's huge, a far cry from the skinny eateries of the 1930s. And it's got liquor. Bartenders sling out cocktails any time of day.
We got a DJ spinning over here. I'm bumping music.
Tops also has its own butcher room.
We cut our own meats. We also have meats cut from us, from Pat LaFreda, who we use.
And a bake shop on site.
The cookies here. What are we cooking in here, guys, right now?
We got cheesecake and bread leche.
Is that cheesecake right there? Yeah. So that's like your old school classic cheesecake. We got it in a water bath. It's the same way we've been doing it since the 70s. We got the recipe from the Claremont Diner in Newark. We're talking like Mount Rushmore of diners. It's not just for our dessert menu. The Bake Shop makes all the pancake batter, the waffle batter, French toast. They juice over here. They do syrups for there's so many things that they do that help the restaurant flow.
This Tres Leches is one of their best sellers. But it's not just the cake. A lot of the menu takes inspiration from well beyond New Jersey.
You'll be coming here for months and you'll never try the same thing.
I'm seeing jerk chicken.
Yeah.
Huevos rancheros, a Dominican breakfast, eggs Italiano, the meatloaf, chicken parm.
I love the meatloaf.
Panela vodka, a Mexico City burger.
These are what, cheesesteak egg rolls? Yeah, cheesesteak, it's a South Jersey thing.
So a little like Philly, Asian, but somehow we're in New Jersey combination.
Yeah, there's no special way to eat it. You can have the chicken separately from the waffles. You can put the chicken on the waffles. Chicken looks good, like nice and crispy.
Kind of tastes like a grandma's back there cooking this chicken and waffles.
The Latin eggs were delicious.
Oh my gosh, there's a tortilla underneath here. That's so fun. So you've got some chiles, you've got pickled onions, some salsa, tortilla, peppers, avocado. It's fun to see the avocado because Jimmy from Summit said he would never touch it, And here there's avocado toast with salmon on it for like $20. So I feel like there's room, pun intended, for creativity at this diner that I don't know if Summit could venture into something like this without an uproar, right?
We would never have cheesesteak or spring rolls on his menu.
Why do you think Tops can get away with this?
Well, they're so big. They order so much in volume, so they can order a lot of different things, throw it all on the menu, see what works.
You need the volume. I need to make enough income so I could do what I need to do, because how then can I experiment?
This isn't the first time Tops has broken diner tradition. In 2006, it stopped opening for 24 hours a day.
It was like breaking news on CNN. Other owner call up, what's going on? Is it dangerous at the time? No.
Another thing that sets Tops apart from other diners?
It's a little pricey. Chicken.
A $7 latte? Yeah.
Yeah, chicken dishes, $25, almost $30. Spaghetti dishes, $15, $20.
While pancakes here are only a few dollars more than at Summit's, the omelets, disco fries, and egg platters are almost double the price.
You know, they're reasonably affordable, but some of the he's got to pay the mortgage.
But all these changes seem to have worked.
I like the ambiance. I like the people. I'm here every time I'm off from work. The food is delicious.
You know what I will say is I do think that this has a younger audience than Summit. And we went on the same days at the same time.
Look at what I have. I got 180 parking spots. I got a 16,000 square. But this is like the Vatican of diners, right? And I want to like.
You didn't say like the Acropolis.
Yeah, I should have said the Acropolis, right?
I think a lot of people see the size of this place and they're like, man, not diner anymore. You know, like what?
Yeah, always. You're not a diner. You're not a diner. You're not that. I don't care. I love it. Look at the menu. I mean, it's a diner menu. I don't know. I don't know what we are. We're the unicorn.
I think in America today, you see diners like Tops that have pushed the envelope a little bit on what a diner can be in order to remain relevant. At the same time, you also see diners like Summit, which have remained a little more traditional and close to what people expect a diner to be in some cases. And there's room for both.
Peter sees this as a sign that we don't need to worry about diners completely disappearing.
Diners are forever. I mean, I really believe that. You know, will there be more diners closing in the next couple of years? Sure. But a diner can thrive anywhere.
These places do feel like unicorns. More than a business, they feel like community centers for friendly folks from all walks of life to converge over a cup of coffee and a stack of pancakes.
I'm fortunate and grateful because I have them as my bosses, and the people here are very, very nice. I hope these keep us going till 100 years probably.
One thing that I've heard is like in diners, waitresses say, "Hi, honey, how you doing? Hi, sweetheart." Do you call your clients that?
Sometimes I do. When I do it, it's because I'm hungry. I'm like, yeah, honey, I'm coming. I'm coming. Yeah. I'm coming, honey.